Paul about 3 years ago, approximately 3 years ago. And so Paul's willing to help us out answer the top 10 most common Unico questions. And so the first question I have here is, does the system make a whistling noise? That's one of the most common questions that I hear homeowners ask. And the system right now is running and operating. And can you hear it?
Not really, no. The air's coming out right there, and that's the air return right there. And that's our bed right there.
And a lot of times I tell homeowners that the sound should be as quiet as traditional forced air or quieter. Does that seem pretty accurate?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Another question on sound I hear is if they have the unit above the bedroom or in that space there on the third floor above the attic, is the unit itself going to make a rumbling noise that is going to disturb people sleeping and stuff like that? How would you feel about that?
We have had no issues with that at all. My son's bedroom is directly below here, and he's a light sleeper, and he hasn't said it once. And again, you know, our bed is literally 8 feet away from the unit, and it's never been a problem for us.
If you brought a guest over to your house and you're on the second floor, could that guest look up and could that guest find where the unit was, just by sound?
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Well, cool. That takes care of that, I think. And then a lot of times homeowners ask, you know, where is this unit actually going to go? Where are you going to put all the ductwork? Well, in this case, was a walk-up third floor attic/living space at the time, and it's since been remodeled. But we were able to tuck the unit into a corner of the third floor. A lot of times the unit goes above the second floor or above the third floor in the attic space. There wasn't enough here, so we were able to use just a knee wall pocket. Another opportunity is in the basement, typically. We can find a spot to put the unit down there too. The most common installation, though, is in the attic, with the ductwork also being up in the attic. The bulk of the ductwork does stay in the attic, and then we just have smaller supply lines that drop down through closets and bedrooms and stuff like that in order to cover the entire house evenly. Next question is there a unit that sits outside? Yes. Just like with traditional forced air, you have an outside air conditioner, and true with traditional or with a Unico high velocity system, you would also have a unit that sits outside, and refrigeration lines that connect your outdoor unit with your indoor unit. Unless you have geothermal, then you have no outdoor unit.
True.
We have to tear up my house to put one in. We're able to do most, I'd say 97% of all of our installations are done in one day, and we're able to make all the repairs in that same day too. Very little carpentry work is required. I'd say in 2/3 of our installation to 75% of them, there's no carpentry modifications required. 25% to 30% of them do require some carpentry modifications. We take care of all of it, and in the end it looks seamless and matches the architecture of your home. Question 5, how long does it take to install one? I mentioned that earlier, that about 97% of our installations take place in a day. Question number 6, do the outlets come in color options other than white? They do. They come in hardwood options that'll match any type of hardwood. They come in, I think, 16 different species of hardwood out there. Plus, the plastic outlets come in an off-white that match most ceilings, but they can be painted to actually perfectly match any surface. Next question is, what controls the temperature? The temperature is controlled by a traditional thermostat, just like your heating system currently is. Sometimes we're asked, can the same thermostat control both the heating and the cooling system? I'd say it is possible, but I'd say typically they're left separate. Question number 8, now that I have ductwork, can we add a humidifier? And with a high velocity system, I typically don't recommend a humidifier, only in extreme situations. If we install the unit in the basement, we can add a humidifier, but we found them to be problematic and typically don't recommend them. If the unit is installed in an attic space, during the winter time, when you want to add humidity, it's too cold up there to operate a humidifier, and the water lines will freeze up and cause damage that way. So it's only possible in the basement, and it's just not for the most part, very practical. What, a lot of times homeowners ask, what do we have to do to actually prepare for our installation? And what I say there is you know, if you just empty out the closets, pretty much, that's about all you have to do. Maybe rearrange some stuff in the attic space, or so long as we got room to get up into the attic. Does that sound about right, Paul?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It was just closets and then this, which was not even there anymore yet.
Yeah.
So.
And let's see here. Can you zone a Unico system or a high velocity system? Can I have separate thermostats throughout the house to control it? And typically with high velocity systems, it's all on or all off. You can't really zone it separately unless you're putting multiple systems. So a larger house sometimes will have one system in the basement to control the first floor, another system in the attic to control the second and third floor. And in those situations, you'd have two thermostats. But typically, you can't zone the ductwork separately, and you have one thermostat to control the entire house. And the next question is, how much does it cost to operate? My standard answer is that it costs about the same amount to operate as it would window air conditioning units. But the difference is now we're covering 100% of your house, rather than the window units used to just cover about, I'd say, 30 to 50% of your house. So I hope that helps, and appreciate your time.